I can confirm that following on from last episode, we are safe in the job for now. 15 points achieved in 5 matches. We beat Cambridge City 7-4. Broccoli did get an assist in that game for them. And then most recently, we did win 4-1 again. We are looking very, very good in the league at the moment. With that in mind, I think I'm going to come back after the intro for some FA Cup football. So buckle up, get ready. Maybe we'll be testing ourselves against some slightly higher division opposition. Yes, folks, how is it going? Welcome back to Rugby Town FC. Today is episode number 7. We are in season number 2. Since last episode, I've played a whole load of football. Things haven't been flawless. We've been knocked out the FA trophy. Yeah, let's just get this out the right way now. We got knocked out by Trafford. I didn't think Trafford were going to cause us issues. They did cause us issues. So that is one competition that we are out of, sadly, which I was thinking we might cover today. But we're not out of the FA Cup, the big one. You know, if we win this, we get European football. So that would be good. Probably won't happen. Today, in the second qualifying round, we've been drawn against Warrington Rylands. They actually play in the Northern Premier Division, which is the tier above us. It is the tier directly below the Vanarama National North and South. And whilst they are only just ahead of the drop zone, I'm quite looking forward to them as a test today. And the reason for that is that for the most part, we have been on a bit of a demolition spree until lately. I mean, we've not won either of our last 2 games, but we are still unbeaten in the league. And like I already mentioned, we did win those opening 5 games of the year. And in fact, we ended the month of August with a 7-0 win against Shaftesbury. So apologies, Shaftesbury. Yeah, it was a good day at the office for our players. And in fact, in this game, Sam Kelly, man of the match. Things you love to see, of course, he is one of our 2 young prospects we're trying to give a load of first team football to. It's the only time he's picked up man of the match, but he has been putting in some pretty good numbers here. Those numbers, though, not quite as impressive as Miles Maycox. The 16-year-old right now has 6 assists in 7 games. He did also score in one of our recent cup games to get his first ever goal in the senior team. And right now, he is looking very much at home at the club. He is still on his youth deal at the moment. I believe as of next month when he turns 17, his £20 a week contract will kick in. I look forward to seeing what he spends his extra £15 on of pocket money. Now, to open up September, we did get a really good win against Corn FC. Of course, Corn FC, a team that have caused us some issues in previous times. They were the team that beat me on the last game of last season, which led to me having the board meeting. On this occasion here, 6-2 win, Jake Cartwright with 2. And besides that, the Trafford defeat. And most recently, the only game we didn't win against Stafford Rangers. Now, we were arguably the better team in this game here. Stafford Rangers were actually relegated down from the league above last year, and they were the favourites for promotion straight back up out of our league. I do feel like they aren't going to be one of our big rivals this year, or at least I thought they were going to be. They could still be based off this draw, but they were down in mid-table, so I didn't come back for this game. We found ourselves a goal down, and from there, we actually grabbed a couple of goals without reply to take a 3-1 lead. From there, we did bottle it. Yeah, I mean, you've seen the recent score lines. The whole scoring lots of goals, conceding lots of goals, it's still a thing. Yeah, it's not really eased up, and that was very much the case here. Good to see Cartwright get on the score sheet. As you can see, though, 3-1 up, we look pretty. We didn't look so pretty with Irvindale coming out like that. I mean, I forgot that happened. That's made me angry to relive. And from there, it did go from bad to worse. 68th minute, Glean found himself in behind, squared it, Morgan with the tap in. I mean, at least we held on for a point. So with our unbeaten start to the season, with 7 games played, we are currently sat with what you can see here, 19 points, 7 games played, 36 goals scored for. That is 13 more than Bromsgrove Sporting, who are currently down in 5th place. In terms of goals conceded, we do still have the second worst defence in the league. In fact, the only team with a worse defence is Deeping Rangers, who haven't won a game yet this year in the league. So with that in mind, I am questioning, do I want to change anything? And one thing I think I am going to try just for this match is trying our wing-backs as full-backs on support. Naturally, today, we are taking on Warrington, who play in the league ahead of us. I expect it's going to be a much bigger, better test for us, this one, perhaps compared to some of the games we've had against teams in our own division. If we could get a result here, I think it would show that we're not really just fluking things so far this year. Not that I think we're fluking things. Ultimately, when you look at the updated season preview, we are now tipped to win the league. And I think that is a reflection of the quality that we have and the product we've been putting on the pitch. One of my big concerns at the moment still is that Taylor Mooney, our key player, still on a youth contract with Bohemians, still hasn't signed a new deal, and therefore I can't extend his loan, and also he doesn't want to join me permanently. So I will be very upset if we lose him, because right now he's been our star man. 11 goals in 7 games. The only player who comes close to that is Rio McEnvoy, who, as you can see, also has 11 goals. But in terms of average ratings, Taylor Mooney is right up there. Callum Gillan in behind. The 3 Irish strikers for our team, the 3 Musketeers. Yeah, they are the top 3 performing players in the league. I feel like Gillan doesn't get the same praise as the other guys. 5 goals, 3 assists to his name. And any other team, that would be absolutely stupendous. But when you look at our team, yeah, everyone gets goals and assists, really. So my plan for today's episode is to do this game against Warrington. If it goes to a replay, that'll be the second game of today's episode. If we win in this second qualifying round, we might come back for the third qualifying round of the FA Cup, whenever that is. And if we lose this game, I don't know what the plan is. Let's just not lose it. Now, you'll note when it comes to team news for today's game, we are at full strength. I've not really been rotating things that much, which might be a tad bit controversial. I imagine there are maybe a few players unhappy with their game time, but naturally, with how we've been playing lately, if it ain't broke, I don't really want to fix it, and it certainly at the moment is not broken. I suppose I have to concede in saying all of that, maybe I am trying to fix it by changing the fullback roles. But we are the home side for this game. It maybe gives us an edge. This is a team in the league above us. So if we can get a result here, that would make me feel really, really good about the coming season that we have in our current division, but also about the prospect of sticking with a lot of our current players once we do go up. We've looked very good against teams of our own level. This is perhaps going to be a slightly different proposition. And we're a goal down after 5 minutes. We didn't really deal with this here, did we? It was around the edge of the box for a while, and then it fell to Furman, who had a little bit of time and space to find a place to put his shot, and in the end, he's found the roof of the net. It's a very good goal. But you know what? We are Rugby FC. Teams do not stop us scoring. It's not physically possible. We could play any team in England, we would score a goal. And I'm confident it's going to happen here. I hope. They have dealt with that big ball forward quite confidently. Of course, we've got our long pitch to lump the ball up to our attackers with, and hopefully find some space in behind the opposition teams that we play against. We want to use our physicality and our pace. Not really been on full show in this game early on. It's only the 7th minute, mind you, but we have won the ball back well there. Now Mooney bringing it forward, has Gillan to his right. He's got players ahead of him. Healy, Kelly could pull the trigger, does pull the trigger. Sam Kelly, you beautiful man. 16 years old, playing in that Mazzara role at right centre mid. You might think he'd be under a bit of pressure to find the bottom corner there. Time and space, it opened up for him. He picked the bottom corner out perfectly. There is part of me that feels like maybe I should be tweaking my tactical approach more to stop all the high-scoring games, but there's another part of me that thinks, well, we are Rugby FC, so I really should be aiming for scorelines that look like rugby scores. So with that in mind, is there anything wrong with having a 7-5, a 6-3 every so often? I think it's fine. Azam with a corner. He's going to go short to the goal scorer, Kelly. He's going to loop it in. Cartwright was lurking away there, as he always is. He's in the shadows, the pylon, looking for the ball on his forehead. On that occasion, we couldn't pick him out, but we do still have the ball here. Maycock switches it. Gillan in behind. Misses the target completely. We have a corner. Where is Jake? Jake, number 5. There he is. He's got his hand up in the air. He is on a yellow card, so don't do anything stupid. He heads it wide on this occasion. Half-time here, 1-1. I mean, considering that we go into this game as, well, definitely underdogs if you just look at league position, the way in which this half has gone is pretty impressive for us. They scored that early chance, but from there we steadied the ship, created a ton. We didn't score any of the chances that we created. That's what we need to do in the second half. Now, I know they have talked about changing the FA Cup rules around replays, and I'll be honest, I didn't check it before I came into this game. 99.9% sure this does go to an away day replay if it is a draw after 90 minutes. So for away day enthusiasts out there, maybe you're hoping for a draw at this moment in time. I'm going to bring in David for Gillan. Elsewhere, Maycock's not had the best of games. I'm going to bring in Harvey Green for him. Does feel unusual to be on the back foot in 3 games in a row. We drew our last game. We lost the game before that. I knew this one was going to be trickier. In spite of the fact the scoreline is 1-1, I think we have been the better team here. It's the kind of game where with 20 minutes left, you kind of want to press home your advantage and try and get one over on them. There's 15 minutes left to make it happen. I might do something here I live to regret. I'm telling the wing-backs to go back on attack. We've had a distinct lack of goals here at Rugby Town. It doesn't feel right. We're going to revert back to our ways here in the town of Rugby. This is what we do. This is who we are. Oh, God, they've got a corner immediately. Am I going to live to regret this? Not quite, it's headed over. 6 minutes left, plus any added time, of course, of which there might be a little bit here. It's been a game with plenty of, attacking highlights, it feels like. Plenty of times for the ball to go out of play and add a bit of time to the clock. We are the team in control, it feels like, but can we find the breakthrough? Dutton lays it back to Cartwright. Of course, we are now playing with our wing-backs further up the pitch. Dutton finding himself in behind the wing-back, cuts inside, could go on his lonesome. His shot ripples the roof of the net. I was about to say, I think this could be going to a replay. Don't take your seat. Don't start packing up for the away day because it might not be over yet. Mooney has the ball for us on the far side. He was absolutely heroic last episode. He lays it to Green. Maybe Mooney could be the hero again here. Green hits the exact same spot on the roof of the net. 2 minutes of added time, and I hate to say it, but unless we score with the last chance of the game, it's going to a replay. This would be a missed opportunity. A team in a superior division to us. We've pushed them hard. Green pulls the trigger again, and this time, his shot hits the crossbar. It's the final bit of action for the half. We couldn't quite pull off the upset. But I'll tell you what, that was not a bad performance by any means. Kind of nice and interesting to see Cameron Healy get man of the match. I feel like he's a player whose average rating is just kind of muddied by the fact we're so attacking. He is, of course, our defensive midfielder. But in this game here, he got an assist. The 25-year-old did his bit. Sadly for us, one of the rare occasions so far this year where none of our strikers showed up. And of course, I can confirm as we now leave this game does indeed go to a replay. You can see here, I have been asking the board to increase the junior coaching budget. In fact, recently, if I go to this screen here, I asked them to improve the youth recruitment. They have granted that request. So we've got slightly better youth recruitment. I don't think that star's updated yet. I will plead with them for the junior coaching budget, please. I can't stress how important I believe this is. They've decided to grant my request. You know what, Brian? I thought you were a bit dodgy after last May. I'm coming around to the idea you might not be a bad chairman. Junior coaching budget increased. That is going to be good for our long-term development of talent here at Rugby Town. Players played well. Good result for us there. Elsewhere, loads of teams in our own division just played a load of games, and because of that, we've dropped down to second. Now, unfortunately for us, we actually take on Warrington in 3 days' time in the replay. There's no rest for the wicked. We have got an away day to look forward to now. I don't think I'm going to rotate the team for that upcoming game, but what I will do is rest the players and join you in just a moment for an away day in Warrington. As if there wasn't already enough on the line going into this next game against Warrington, the winner of this second qualifying round will take on Scunthorpe United of the National League North away from home. So, if I won the away day to Glanford Park, which it's 9,000 seats, it'd be the biggest stadium we've been to in a while, and Scunthorpe, of course, a former championship club only about 15 years ago. If we want that, we need to win this game here. Before that, though, the very small matter of a trip to Warrington, halfway between Liverpool and Manchester. Warrington resides, and if I'm not mistaken, having definitely not checked beforehand, Warrington Rylands Football Club play just here. I mean, this looks quite leafy and nice. There's a train line that runs alongside the stadium. It's not the biggest ground in the world. In fact, it doesn't really look like the stadium pictures at all. Are we sure this is the right team? I was under the impression that this ground had a stadium. In fact, I think it does. Is this satellite footage just out of date? I have no idea. Maybe Google Street View can provide us some answers where... I'll tell you what, we really are on a barren run, aren't we, for the Park to Prem fans out there. There is a singular street next to the stadium. Can we see anything? Here is Rylands Recreational Superb Function Suites. But please change the font on that sign. Like 1998 of cool. They want their font back. The home of the Ryland Sharks. I mean, is this definitely the right place? I'm pretty sure this is the right place. I can confirm this is the right place. I did literally just go and check it. You can see here, there is definitely some signage and stuff in 2019, but this road that runs alongside the stadium only has footage from 2009. And if we peek over the fence here, This is clearly a football club that's grown a lot in recent years because they are literally playing in a park as of 14 years ago. I mean, I want to say let's judge the facilities. It's literally just a field. I mean, there is the dugout. There is a singular dugout. Is that just for the home team? Do the away team just have to stand up somewhere else? I mean, you know what? The stadium might not offer a lot. There must be other stuff going on around here. We've got some lovely terrace houses to the back and graffiti. Graffiti. Tracy Williams... something. What is Tracy Williams? I need to know. Tracy Williams is a grass. More news at 6. Just getting my... Yeah, there will not be news at 6. See, this is the thing with away days. Sometimes they're very good. Sometimes they're very not good. Is this really it? I will just explain. The reason I'm confused is because I've gone on the Warrington Rylands website just to check. Like, their stadium does actually, like, have a stand and stuff. Like, there is... although it is just gazebos. Those are the same houses behind as well, aren't they? We really are going detective mode here. But like from this angle, there's definitely like a permanent building, but we can't even see it on the satellite view. I guess the satellite view is just out of date. But I can only judge it on what I saw on Google Earth. So this is a tricky away day. I'm almost scared to give it a score. I will just say the reason why there is like this placeholder picture is because in my stadium picture pack, which let's be honest, if I flick through other teams, it seems to have every other stadium in the world other than the Warrington pitch. I mean, look at this one. Bamber Bridge have got a rainbow over their pitch. But yeah, Rylands Recreational Park doesn't have a picture. So is it even a real stadium? It could just be a big conspiracy. I refuse to give it a score today. I feel like if we are potentially going to run away with the league, which could happen, this is the cup competition that could give us a fun little distraction. I'd be a little bit disappointed if it came to a screeching halt in this game here, but I am a little bit concerned. We missed an opportunity by not securing things in the home game where we were the better team. We're away from home now. I have rested up the players. We are going to stick with this full strength lineup. I feel like the team cohesion's there. The players understand one another. And you know what? I'm going to go for a halfway house. I went from wing-backs on attack to full-backs on support. Why not just try wing-backs on support today instead? If there is anyone from the Warrington area who isn't a rugby fan and follows the football club who wants to enlighten me as to what's gone on in recent years, I would actually like to know. I am surprised the satellite footage appears to be out of date, but then is it just gazebos? Is there a permanent building I was just blind to? No idea. Answers on a postcard. Let me know. I will let the players here know that we mean business by getting an early goal. Oh, my word. I mean, Gillen missed some easier chances than that last game. He's just scored from an impossible angle. Hasn't really dawned on me until now that taking on Warrington, a place that is known for their rugby team, whilst managing Rugby Town, it is something just a bit odd, isn't it? That is a ridiculous finish, by the way. They are playing this 4-4-2 system, Warrington, and whilst it does leave us a little bit exposed when their wider players overlap with one another, it is going to leave them, I think, a bit exposed at the back. There's going to be no defensive mid to kind of snuff out the service to our front three, and on top of that, 3 strikers lining up against their 2 centre-backs, I think could be an imbalance that really works in our favour. Speaking of which, maybe it can happen here. Gillen, the goal scorer, running into a wide area. Players inside, 2 to pick out, could hold it up. Does hold it up. Healy arrived late. He couldn't finish it, but McAvoy is there to make it 2-0. We've got a second goal. We didn't manage that in the home game. Apparently, I guess our players really want to go to Scunthorpe in the next episode and for an away day. I mean, they've clearly never been to Scunthorpe themselves. I've been there before. Depressing place, for lack of a better word. No disrespect, people of Scunthorpe. I'm sure I've told this story before. I've been to many football matches in my time. Scunthorpe is the place where I got the most thorough patting down whilst entering the away end, which, is that a reflection on me? Do I look dodgy? Maybe. Who knows? We've got another chance here. I wouldn't mind a third goal. Where is Cartwright? We go short. Kelly, Azam, option at the end. Maycock, let him cook. He finds the bottom corner. It's 3-0. Gonna say it now, game over. For all the people who tell me, Jack, don't have the wing backs. You know, just put the full backs on defend. Be sensible. No, look what happens when I let them be free. Wing backs are the future, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it means that we can't defend, but we get goals, and goals are bloody fun in football. At least I think they are. Be a bit concerning if I didn't think that, given our approach here at rugby. Ball is, well, switched over. I suppose at 3-0, whilst it's easy to say game over, it's not necessarily over yet, although maybe our players want to put a nail in the coffin. McAvoy has Mooney inside. Mooney, goal at his mercy. It's 4-0. After the atrocious finish that we just saw in the previous game a matter of days ago, what has happened here? What did our players have for breakfast? Like, they just seem hungry. Just as a reminder, this is a team that play in the division above us. They are a good little team. I wonder if they're struggling a little bit with fitness, given the fact the games are so close together. Of course, I have been resting my players and rotating the team a tiny bit, not massively, but especially at these lower levels, the game certainly can catch up with players. Gonna tell the players I'm very happy. I mean, be a bit concerning if I threw a water bottle, wouldn't it? We're 4-0 up against the team in the division above us. This is great. Oh, we've scored again. Sorry, I was not expecting a goal. Azam's put it in on Watts has headed it in. A bit of context here. There was a weird highlight, and Football Magic sometimes has these weird highlights. It was saved and went out for a corner. I thought, that's the end of the highlight. We're going to get a pointless corner. No, we've scored a fifth. I've really gone full-blown Chris Kamara there, haven't I? Like, I didn't even know there'd been a goal. Watts scored it. It's 5-0. If there was any hope of Warrington coming back in this game, I think those hopes have just evaporated early on here. And for, well, the little bit of the ball they're having right now, it's not going to make up for things. My big question mark is, where was this level of performance last time out? And also, could we get a clean sheet? No. It's 5-1. Being good defensively is overrated anyway. There's a corner. Dutton's over it. 11 corner taking. It's whipped back post. Watts is under it. Can he keep it alive? He can. McAvoy scores. It's 6. I don't know why their players didn't react there, but I'm not going to complain. Suppose I probably should just make some subs at this point in the game. David, you know what? You've not played in a little while. On you come. Would it be unsporting to start chanting, we want 7? I feel like 7 is on the card. 7 would be good, lads. Can we get the conversion? Azam, Mooney's down the line. Did he time his run well? He scored. He's onside. It is 7. So what we've learned today is if we want to have a normal game of football, we just play fullbacks on support and we'll get a 1-1. If we just change them to wingbacks, we get 7-1. I mean, it could be more. There is still 10 minutes left in this game. Warrington have had, what, 1 shot on target? We've had 28 shots, 14 on target, I think it just said. We are on the attack again here. Azam down the line. David, he stayed onside. He's timed his run well. He's made it 8. There's 5 minutes left. David's over a corner. He wants another. Watts has got another. We're on for 10. Okay, there's 2 minutes left. I do want a 10th goal. I think it might be a bit beyond us. But against a team in the league above us, we've just won 9-1. It is worth looking at their players' fitness levels here. Their players were absolutely dead on their feet. I don't know if I've ever seen so many players get a below a 6 rating. An awful day at the office for Warrington. We did score every single shot that we had on goal, it felt like, but we have won here 9-1. Nice work, everyone. That was good. I mean, perhaps the understatement of the year, but I'm happy. And with that result there, I can confirm that we have a trip to Scunthorpe for the 28th of September. No one's ever been that excited about a trip to Scunthorpe. For long-time Park to Prem viewers, we didn't quite super sport Warrington, but I feel like 9-1's as close as you're going to get. And to do that against the team in the league above us is crazy. Having not won in 3 games, not a bad way to get back on track. Next time out, a proper test. A Vanarama National Northside in Scunthorpe. Hopefully you guys are excited for it. That game is less than 2 weeks away from me. I'm going to rest up the players. We're going to get ready to go again. And I'll see you guys for that one next time. I'm out.